What's up, homies? Welcome back to another episode of the CzechXicans podcast.
Your favorite show in the world.
2022 a dish. The very first episode. Guys, we made it through last year.
Barely.
Barely made it through. We actually barely made it through the beginning of this year, I feel like.
Barely made it through.
Look at that. It's time to celebrate, I guess.
Barely made it
It's
through.
been wild because in the last month, you know, we've had a lot of new COVID cases in Los Angeles, in like the 40,000, almost 50,000 new cases every day. So like we have actually not spent that much time together.
No.
You know, outside of like the holidays last month. Right. You know, it's been like a month of us going on a trip to the mountains. Oh God. Hey man, we already have enough lost fingers in this group. I
can't do it. Oh, my Mexican senses aren't working.
No, it's almost there. It's
almost there. I have faith in you.
Don't give up, Mexican.
Yeah. Watch it twist off. Can you imagine?
Nah, this is a pop off.
But yeah, like we took a trip to the mountains because we were just trying to get away from people, and then we left Hector out,
and then we took a trip to the mountains,
and you left me out
from people.
So I guess it's time to leave him out. That's what it seems like it's gonna have to happen.
You guys can't survive in the wilderness without me.
No.
What are you talking about? We went on a walk.
Hey, it's the wilderness.
I don't know what you guys did.
It's the wilderness.
You like hammocked it up and stuff, didn't you?
Yeah. So we hammocked. We kind of did the same thing that we did on our trip.
Sandwiched it up.
We found. Yeah. We made sandwiches here. We found a little place on the hill and we just kind of hung out.
Yeah.
Hector took some dope ass pictures of his toys,
Yeah, dude,
and I don't know if he's ready to show these.
Oh, you did a good. Yeah. You have to send at least one or two so they can see what the hell we're doing.
Give me your mugs. Give me your mugs.
Like a mug. Hey, by the way, we have mugs now.
Ooh.
You can go down to the description and go to our store, and we're going to have these brand new mugs,
Hector,
Heroes
give me your
Reforged. Some people were able to get sneaky and were able to find their way to the mugs a little early. But
Hector, drink
for it.
Drink your Wawa. Drink your Wawa.
Drink the rest of your alcohol.
You know, we got to make sure that we keep staying on top of the branding here, so we're not advertising other things that are not sponsoring us.
Yes, exactly.
But oh wow, yeah, you did a good job. Damn, Hector. All right,
man.
You're hopefully seeing these images that Hector has sent to me.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I'll
send you a couple.
But yeah, other than that, you know, like our New Year, what did we do? We ended up finishing off the year watching Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yes.
Whoa, nice. Look at you.
Right? Yeah.
Look at
this
you.
one. There's a giant in the background.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The New Year, we watched Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai.
Season. Yeah.
So Avatar, Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
A little bit of Great British Bake Off.
Yeah, you got. Yeah, I've been popping in.
A little bit of 90
randomly.
Day Fiance.
A little bit of There's always 90 days.
Yeah,
Crazy
always.
what's going on with Gerald.
Hey, Happy New Year.
How do you,
2022.
Happy New Year, y'all.
Happy New Year.
Cheers,
Yeah,
cheers,
yeah, yeah.
cheers,
Cheers to
salud,
you guys.
salud,
Cheers to
salud.
you.
Cheers,
New year, new opportunities.
Oh, that takes me back.
I haven't had this in such a long time.
That takes me back.
Damn.
This takes me back to every quinceañera. Every
I'm 15
wedding.
years old right now.
Yeah.
Hey, we didn't tell them it was non-alcoholic.
That's true. This is what you would do the brindis with. So that's what it's called in Mexican parties. You do a brindis, and everybody has like the little plastic fake champagne cups that they drink out of.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
That's how we're starting the new year. Sober. Yeah.
I love it.
What else has been going on with you guys?
I've been watching Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
I've been watching Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Pretty much it. Just,
Just
hanging out.
partying.
I wanted to ask you guys,
Yeah.
first off, because we're CzechXicans.
Yeah.
Are there any family traditions that you guys have for New Year's? I know we talked about Hector.
Yeah.
And he didn't celebrate very much.
Right.
Oh, man. All right, I guess I can't answer this. I guess I can't.
But I was going to say, do you still have
Denny's.
anything?
Go to Denny's.
Oh,
no.
Denny's.
No, I'm just kidding.
Denny's.
No real traditions.
What
about you
did it?
guys?
So New Year's came around and you fell asleep and you woke up and there was nothing different.
No, I think
Y2K?
when I was a kid and I lived with my family, we would stay up till midnight just to like, hey, Happy New Year,
Yeah.
Okay.
And one year, I think it was the Y2K year. I think
Yeah.
it was 99 going into 2000. I remember I was in my room upstairs and waiting for the countdown. And I think my family was downstairs, but it wasn't a party or they weren't like awake
Yeah.
with the intention of staying up. It was sort of like it had kind of like went by them. Maybe they were watching TV or something, but I came down and I was like, it happened. We're okay.
Did the computers fry?
The nukes didn't go off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
But that's your most memorable New Year's as a kid.
Yeah, as a
Right
kid.
on, right on.
As a kid, yeah. I mean,
We're like
yeah.
13 at that point.
I feel like maybe when I was, I'm sure that I must have
Right.
gone to, I know that I did Christmas celebrations with family, even though my immediate family was like, when I was from 5 years old to about 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
Wasn't celebrating holidays, because I was a Jehovah's Witness. Shout out to all my
former
my JWs.
my JWs. Shout out
JWs.
to my JWs. Spreading the good word about Jehovah. That's what I'm talking about. JW.
Oh, damn.
J-Dubs represent.
J-Dubs.
Is it this way or this way? I don't know.
Wow, we are.
Wait.
This way?
J-Dubs.
There you go.
We're checking
John Williams, what's up?
homie?
J-Dubs.
Wait, is it J like? I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, now I'm like, wait. Is it
This
Z?
is dumb.
Is it Z this way? Now I'm like looking. Oh, is an R that way? Wow, I'm stupid.
I don't know.
But I do remember Mexican parties,
God.
Mexican family, cousins, aunts and uncles. So I must have had.
Oh, so you did kinda do that.
I must have done some New Year's thing as well.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm sure nothing as memorable as like I never went to like Times Square.
Yeah.
For
No, I mean,
I know, you know, New Yorkers do, and they take their kids and shit like that.
Right.
That's crazy.
That's
but like,
different.
You know, yeah,
that's
yeah,
different.
Yeah.
We do New Year's differently out here.
Yeah.
Any Czech traditions, Adam? Any cookies? Anything special?
That's a really good question. I'm sure there is some typical thing that you do on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day.
Let's check the Rick Steves book. Let's get.
I know. Where's the book at? Where's the book at?
In 1574.
What we traditionally do on New Year's Day is my grandma will cook ham, and we'll eat the leftover like mashed potatoes and potato salad. And if there's no mashed potatoes, she'll make more. That's kind of it. That's like the lunch, because usually everyone's sleeping in because we've been up all night.
right.
Usually the night before, on New Year's Eve, you make those open-faced sandwiches. Remember, we had those when we were in Prague. Yeah, make a ton of those, and you still have a ton of Christmas cookies left over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're eating that, open-faced sandwiches, lots of champagne, wine. That's mostly it. It's like, it's not exactly charcuterie style, but it's a lot of like snacking and stuff.
Yeah.
Dinner-wise, I don't know. I don't think we've normally it's just like a whatever dinner, and you're just like whatever you want to have. But it's usually the lunch the next day that we do. But I don't know if that's like a traditional Czech thing. It's just what my family does.
Sure.
I think we just like to start the new year off together.
I think that's how my family is too, because normally for New Year or for like any celebration, it was always like the family gets together and you do this, and like there was always a purpose. Like we got together on Christmas, to get together and like, you know, like do all the Christmassy things. But for my mom, it was like, we're going to do the rosary. We're going to lay baby Jesus down in the manger. Like, we're going to do all of these traditions are happening, right? But it was weird for New Year's because it wasn't necessarily that. Like, the only thing we would do is at midnight, you would eat grapes. And I don't know where that came from. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but like somebody out there, if you're Latino, you probably know, or if you're otherwise, you probably know that like, at New Year's, you eat a bunch of grapes, and then, like, you know, well wishes, everybody hugs, blah, blah, blah. It's not, like, necessarily a huge thing.
But you don't know why grapes?
There's a reason why.
It has to be something.
There's got to be
like, it brings
like,
prosperity or
I
wealth
think it's a
or
prosperity or a luck thing or something like that. That's cool. And so,
I'm just looking to see if Cynthia's going to pop in and be like, you dummy.
Give us the
How do you not know?
I know. I'm so stupid.
Now I'm
asleep.
curious.
You gotta Google it.
No,
but so we would do that, but it was always like family time. We party all the way from Christmas all the way to January 6th, which is Dia de los Reyes, which is, excuse me, this is Martinelli's got me burping.
Man, we're messed up.
Martinelli's got me burping, which is the Three Kings Day, which you also get gifts on.
Yeah.
And so like it all just kind of blends. As a kid, you're just partying.
Yeah.
Like you're
I'm getting gifts and food. I'm into it.
Yeah, that's really all it is.
Yeah.
That's the time to get fat. You know, like you just eat everything in sight.
And then you turn 34 and you're like, I can't be doing this anymore.
I know.
I can't have 2 handfuls of Christmas cookies at once anymore.
It's brutal.
That brings me to my next question.
Wait, before you hold that question.
What?
Yeah.
Tell
me about the grapes.
Right?
Tell me about the grapes.
Las 12 uvas de la suerte.
Ah, there you go. There you go.
The 12 grapes of luck. is a Spanish tradition. I think maybe from Spain, but there has to be an iteration of it
If
from
it's
Mexico.
Spanish, it's probably a Spanish tradition.
Consists of eating a grape with each of the 12 clock bell strikes at midnight of December 31st to welcome the new year. According to the tradition, eating the 12 grapes leads to a year of good luck and prosperity.
Prosperity.
Las 12
There you go.
uvas.
See, we
We
didn't
need to add a fourth. We need to add a fourth person that's Czech. So while I'm talking, they can be
I know.
researching.
Yeah, do the research.
You guys
on
got this
stuff.
a little easier.
Yeah, let's
can tag team.
I'll do Czech New Year
If there's any Czech New Year traditions.
traditions. Let's do it.
Were you gonna ask about New Year's resolutions?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to ask because it's a hot topic. People
is.
either really love them and stick by them, or they think they're stupid and they never want to do anything like that. And I can
Yeah.
see both sides
For
'cause
sure.
I never really used to do resolutions. But this year I was like, look, I need to look out. I went to the doctor. Let's not even get into that. And she was like, bro, I just need you to take care of yourself. Like, bro, you're going to turn 38 this year.
Yeah.
I need you to take care of yourself. And I
Yeah.
was like, all right.
Okay, twist my arm.
Like, I'll try to eat better.
Yeah.
Like, I'll try to do it, you know?
Yeah. I
hard.
I don't make New Year's resolutions because I feel like for me personally, I don't follow through with them. I make goals, like, because New Year's resolution is like, I'm gonna work out.
Right.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm like, that's kind of nothing. Like, I'll make a goal of like, I want to lose and or gain this much weight or muscle or whatever. I feel like if the goal is a little bit more specific, because working out is vague. That could be anything.
Yeah.
Like this year, I want to learn how to ride a bike, or like at least that is a little bit more precise, and I can kind of like add that into my day or my routine.
Yeah, it's a better way to hit a goal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or I want to go to
Working out, it's
3 countries this year. And
that's a great resolution. But the working out thing and staying fit, it's so
It's
hard.
hard.
man.
It's
It's
hard.
So
really
it's
difficult.
I have never felt like I'm good at it.
Yeah.
And everybody I talk to always says the same thing, which is
Yeah.
just like, you just got to do it. And it doesn't matter if you're not good at it, because people who are good at it and know what they're doing, they all started in a place where they didn't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And my thing is that I need to find the passion for it, and it's so hard for me to.
Yeah.
Because I get so I get bored, but it's also like I get frustrated because I don't see results, even if I do it for months.
That's the roughest part.
It's the roughest part, because
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay. And the tricky thing is if you do it and you work out consistently, you don't know. It's hard to gauge what kind of effect it has on your life. I mean, other than like obvious things like I've gained or I've lost weight or
Yeah.
I'm this
Yeah.
kind of healthier. What I'm saying is, when you're in that way and you're healthy, for me it's difficult to gauge. Like, I can't peer into the alternate universe where I didn't work out, so that I can compare. Like, I'm glad I worked out today because now at 7 p.m. I feel better.
Yeah.
Versus the days I don't work out, at 7 p.m. I feel like crap.
Yeah.
It's because when I work out, it's like I don't clock that difference.
Right.
It's
just so
it's
gradual and it's hard
Yeah.
to perceive.
Yeah.
But I know that like throughout my years, I've fluctuated so much in weight.
Yeah.
And I can see pictures of myself in different eras, and I'm just like, oh, that's when I was not taking care of myself. And
Yeah.
that's when I was really taking care of myself. And so I can see that, and I'm just like, okay, I kind of have a gauge as to where I want to be
good.
Yeah.
and where I want to go.
Yeah.
But that's because I grew up as the fat kid growing up. Like, I was always like the chubby kid that people would make fun of.
Dude, and
I
what did
was
we
always the
start?
nice guy.
What did we start talking with this episode about? Delicious food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's
Exactly.
You can't resist.
Bro, I would eat family-size hot Cheeto bags.
Yeah.
Like, no joke. I
Yeah,
would
on
go
your
to the
own.
food
Yeah.
for less. and
Chopsticks
just-
be damned.
No chopsticks.
Yeah.
I would just be sitting there munching these just a family-sized bag of hot Cheetos.
Have you guys seen those Instagram videos from Zoe Saldana? She's filming Guardians 3 right now.
Yeah.
She's got the green makeup on. She's in a trailer, and she's playing Careless Whisperer. And she opens up a little, like, it cuts to like opening up her snack, which
Yeah.
is like a bunch of sliced apples, and she looks over, and one of like the makeup people has like a bag of M&Ms, and she's like, like that's the
Yeah,
reality,
that's the
and that's the
discipline.
joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I much prefer M&Ms to apples.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, yes. Especially since you turned me on to the popcorn and M&Ms. I cannot go to the movies and
Salty
not
sweet.
order.
I can't even.
popcorn and
I feel
M&Ms.
bad having popcorn at home without M&Ms.
Right.
Like how
Right,
messed up is that?
exactly.
Like Abby will be
Exactly.
like, "You want some popcorn for this movie?" And I'm like, "What's the point? There's not a bag of M&Ms I can.
Is there a bag anywhere? Do you even know how to eat popcorn?
Oh, my God.
Did you secretly, sneakily put a bag of M&Ms plain in the freezer?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
So that I can
Wait.
get popcorn and then rip open and it'd have like frozen little M&Ms.
So what I figured out is that I don't put my M&Ms in the popcorn anymore. So what I'll do is I'll grab a small handful of popcorn and then get like one M&M or two M&Ms.
Yeah.
To get the ratio right,
Yeah,
because then at the bottom it's just like, oh, there's all the M&Ms, and I'm out of popcorn, and your popcorn M&M ratio is off.
It's true.
Not only that, they fall to the bottom. If the popcorn's really warm because it's been freshly popped,
Yeah.
it just like turn into a
It's
chocolate
just mush.
gooey mess.
Yeah,
I mean
that's
that's
true.
not a bad goo.
No.
The strategy is, here's the strat. You've got your popcorn, you have your bag of M&Ms, and when you're at the movie theater, it's that big bag with like the thick like plastic that you have to like.
That you're like,
you don't have scissors, so you have to very carefully like open it up.
Yeah.
You have to put that in the cup holder.
Yep.
And if you also have a drink, sorry
Grab
to the
one.
person sitting next to either
I'm
side
taking
of you.
both, baby.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry.
You know, or have it in your lap sometimes if you don't have access to it. And then what you do is you sprinkle the top layer like this. You get the ring, and then you go. And as soon as you get that first layer, and there's still some fell through, but then you go.
You resprinkle.
Again, you resprinkle. You see how much more excited I am talking about this than about working out? That's my problem. That's my problem. There are bros, there are dudes, there are women, there are people who could.
I add on
like
45
this.
pounds. I add on another layer of sprinkle.
Yeah, they can talk about going to the gym, or they can talk about their workout routine in this same way with the passion, where they go, "Oh, I activated this muscle by doing this
Like right
workout.
here,
Oh,
this one
check
right here.
This one.
Check this new cut.
Do you know? Okay, so you guys saw what Hemsworth was doing, right? So I applied that to my.
Man, you know how many M&Ms I
To
can
my
fit
upper,
right here?
upper
Damn, bro.
dorsalis, to my upper meniscus over here.
I was trying to get my trabeculus to really show up, and it was hard, man. And I did,
the majorus meniscus right here.
Yeah.
Here's how you know we're foodies that we don't even know what the fucking muscles are called.
It's flexing right there.
Yeah, that's my problem.
God.
I need to find a way to find that passion. But that's my problem with everything in life that I'm not good at.
Yeah.
I am not good at cooking because I haven't found the passion.
right.
And I've had this conversation with you guys before about it. Like,
Well, you're not just not good at cooking. You're like astoundingly the opposite of good at cooking.
damn, dude.
You're anti-kitchen.
Damn, dude.
I've seen your knife technique and it makes me nervous.
Yep.
It's like
very
watching
bad.
Selena Gomez.
Yeah, no, for real. I saw Hector cut
Fingers.
something.
Yo,
and I'm just
I-
like,
I
Hector
was-
shouldn't be here.
I was trying to like fry up some eggs
Yeah.
for breakfast, and everything that I did,
Right.
either Keller or Abby told me that's the wrong way to do that. Everything.
See, I'm not wrong.
And then even to the point where when I put the pan in the sink because I was going to wash it later.
Yeah.
Cold water, all that.
No.
Okay.
Like I think Keller or somebody said something like, it wasn't even to me, but it was also because we just bought this particular pan.
Yeah.
And I think Keller even told Abby, like, oh, you can't use our little metal scrubber on that.
You'll scratch
So there was like another rule that
Yeah.
not only I was not aware of, but
Right.
also Abby wasn't aware of because
Yeah.
we just had learned it.
Yeah.
And so so it was funny because I'm in the kitchen and everything I'm doing was wrong. They were like telling me this, this, and this. When I'm done and I put the thing away, I didn't even go to wash it yet, and it's still like, oh, and by the
It's
way,
still wrong.
when you go up to wash it, don't do this. And this applies to the whole house, but also don't do this. And I just kind of felt like
I'm done.
there's so many rules that I didn't learn, don't know them now.
Right.
Different cutting boards for different things, usually.
Yeah.
Dear
Different
Lord.
knives,
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Cross-contamination.
The
Yeah.
maintenance and the care for the knives is
Yeah.
different per knife,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
to just I'm like, I just want eggs, man.
Well, I remember last year you were like,
some tortillas.
we
Like,
were asking about Abby's birthday. You're like, yeah, I made her some breakfast. And I was like, oh, man, he must be frustrated by that.
yeah.
Wait, Hector, so have you ever cooked anything that you're like, yes, I'm proud of this?
No.
Really?
Nothing?
No.
Ever. You had to have
Come on.
a sandwich.
My invention was the double-decker PB&J that I made when I was a kid. And I still do
please
that.
elaborate.
It's just a double-decker PB&J.
You're acting like that's a bad
Yeah,
thing,
you're
bro.
acting
No.
like I know what it is. What
it's
is
just
that?
a slice of bread and I also use the ends of the bread if they're there. I don't throw those away or ignore them.
Oh, I think they're great.
Yeah, I think they're delicious.
I hate those with a passion.
All crust.
You also don't like bananas that are like 0.00001%
Don't
brown.
even get me started with bananas, bro.
They have to be ripe.
They gotta be as yellow as the sun.
They gotta be crunchy. Dude. I gotta go into the banana. There has to be a monkey attached to the other end of it. That's how fresh.
If
that
ain't
shit
as
has
green
to
as
be.
our background lighting, I ain't eating it.
It's gotta be Baby Yoda, dude.
If it ain't Grogu green, I don't want it. I don't want it.
It's all true. It's funny
true.
because it's true.
The double decker PB&J is just a slice of bread. Then I put peanut butter, and then I go like this.
Yeah.
And then with another slice of bread, I just go jelly on top of the sandwich I already made. It's just peanut butter and then jelly, and then go like that. And it's like this thick.
It's like a Big Mac.
It's like a Big Mac PB&J.
Yeah.
That's it.
God, that sounds so good right now.
That's
I'm gonna
it.
make this after.
It's delicious.
PB&J
Yeah.
But it's again, my problem is when I make a meal, when I do that,
That's a meal.
When I do that food item,
Yeah.
I am told and reminded. It's like that's a lot of sugar. Jelly's a lot of sugar. I'm like,
Yeah.
of fucking course it is. Everything I make is unhealthy. Like why? Like. God forbid I had something that tastes good on this earth and is good for you. It doesn't exist.
So when we get invited to your house for dinner, or we do like Christmas and Friendsgiving, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm about to eat like royalty.
Well, you're
Yeah.
lucky to have Keller as a roommate who
Yes,
is an
that's
true,
astounding chef.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even just call him a cook. This homeboy is a
Yeah,
chef.
right.
And look, I think that I am really lucky too that my significant other is a very good cook.
Yeah.
And she's also
an
like
amazing baker.
Oh my God.
amazing baker.
She
Yeah.
made
But
our
that's-
wedding cake, dude.
Yeah,
She-
man, she's a good baker. I should ask her to bake something.
Hummingbird
Yeah.
cake, please.
It's really good.
And then we're gonna go.
It's really
over.
good. And she's also very like health conscious and very aware of that, and I'm not. But like
Yeah.
if I and I'm lucky, but if I was in a situation where I had never met her or whatever, I remember when I was in my apartment with Keller as my roommate and stuff, like I would cook my own food for sure. I'd also go and buy a lot of food, and that's bad. Fast food and food at the grocery and stuff. But I what I'm trying to say is if it came down to it, it's that thing where like, you know, oh, if you had to go and get transported back in time to Native American times, and you're running around and you find a tribe of people and you have to go and hunt and kill your own food.
Yeah.
Could you do it? Some people say no. Others say yeah, because it's like if I gotta eat, I'll do that.
gonna eat.
You're
Yeah.
gonna survive.
Yeah.
If I had to learn how to feed myself in that way, I would do it, and I still want to. That's actually one of my resolutions. This
Ooh,
year.
so you do have a resolution.
Yeah,
Bring it
that's-
around. Okay.
That's one of mine this year because I just want to know. I do it every year. I want to know my way around a kitchen better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also about finding the work-life balance.
Yeah.
To be
Right.
able to. I get really frustrated with the method of cooking some food because it's a lot of it just takes time.
Yeah.
Waiting.
The preparation and waiting. So I need to like put myself in the headspace of I should probably put on a podcast and just have it playing in the kitchen for myself in the background, and then I would feel like, okay, I'm being productive. I'm at least
Right.
doing this
Right.
while I'm also waiting for this rice and broccoli or whatever. And I want to learn how to do all that shit because I want to be a normal human. But I also want to learn how to make good tasting stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
And so it's honestly a real frustration. But I swear to God, it's so funny because it's like with me and technology. Every time I do step into the kitchen, I kind of get teased, and the kitchen itself is kind of like, "What the fuck are you doing in here?"
Go grab your Oreos and get out.
The kitchen itself is like, "Hey, get your
bro.
Oreos, get out of here."
Take your double decker, PB&J.
The kitchen is like,
And go
"We
sit on
don't-
the couch.
We don't want your kind in here.
We got some real food to cook in this
Hey,
kitchen.
What do you think you're doing here? You think you're going to cook? Don't you know you ain't supposed to use that with that?"
Hector,
Get
you know what
outta
I
here.
want? You know what I want one day when we have our friends get together?
Yeah.
A dinner or an item that you cooked.
I cook.
That you
I'm
cook.
going to be so excited for
Like
that.
a mac and
Yeah.
cheese.
Yeah.
Like give me a little mac and
oh,
cheese.
God.
Even like something as simple as like burgers.
But here's my mac and cheese. I do cut up hot dogs in it. That's
amazing.
That's the standard.
Look,
It's amazing.
whatever you cook up, I'm gonna try it.
Here's like,
What are you doing in here, boy? This ain't Jack in the Box. Get out of here.
this ain't them 2 tacos with tofu meat.
That's when I turn the stove on. It's like, get out of here.
Get out of here. Nuh-uh. It goes.
And then, but then the microwave's like, yeah, exactly. But the microwave's like, I'll help you. Hey, Hector. Hey, guys. I'm easy.
Oh my
Come here.
God.
Put something in push one. That's it. Easy.
It's like the talking toilet. Look who's talking.
Easy.
Just push one.
Hey, you can walk away. Push one.
Don't put any foil in here.
Yeah. You know that. No forks.
No forks.
Push 2 and you can go check an email.
Oh my God.
Go check your email, Hector. I'm here for you. I'm the microwave. Hi. Well, hi. Hey. Hi there. Hi, microwave. Want to heat something up?
Yes, microwave.
Just grab it out of the fridge.
Oh
Put
my
it on the plate. I'll feed you. And then the stove's like, you idiot.
That's what I thought.
That's what I thought.
I'm
That's what I
sweating so bad from laughing so hard.
That's what I thought.
Have you committed the ultimate cardinal sin of
Probably.
of microwaving an egg?
No.
Oh, thank God.
Don't ever
No.
do that.
Like an
thank God.
egg in its shell
Yes.
or like a hard-boiled egg?
No. Like actually, like putting an egg, like you crack it open, put it in a bowl, and then
Yeah.
put it in the microwave.
No.
You can whisk it, and then
No, I've never done that.
people have done that, and I'm
Wow.
like, I don't like you.
You know, I feel
Scares me.
I
Well-
feel bad because people dunk on like weird food videos online all the
Yeah.
time, and I always feel bad because I'm like, those people don't seem like they know any better. I don't know. Their mom taught them wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Their dad
Yeah.
taught them wrong. That's not
Exactly.
their fault. It's
Yeah.
usually like white people. It's usually white people doing some weird like spreading their hands on.
Remember
like,
Epic Mealtime? Come on,
Like-
if there's any proof.
Yeah.
they're like, we're making nachos, and they like put it on their counter or some
Yeah,
shit.
they like. No, have you seen that trend? So they make table nachos.
No,
they
dude.
wrap the table
Yeah,
in
with
tin
paper
foil
or
or
tinfoil,
paper.
yeah.
Yeah.
and then they just throw the chips on the
Yeah.
table
Yeah.
and throw all. It's so gross.
It's
It-
like
it's
it's
so
like
gross.
kindergartners going in with
Yeah.
like paint and just
And I see that, and I always feel bad because I'm like, it's very funny the way a lot of people dunk on them,
Yeah.
but I feel bad because I'm like, they don't know any better.
They might.
I mean,
They might.
Who,
God, I
who
hope they
knows,
do.
bro. Who knows how to cook correctly and still does shit like that? Nobody.
Yeah, that's
They're
true.
stupid like me. So I see them, and I feel like Forrest Gump. I'm like, is he like me, or is he smart? And they're like me. They're dumb. They're dumb. They're not smart. I feel
Oh
bad.
my God.
Relatable content.
Oh my god.
I mean, if when I first started cooking, right? Because you were talking about putting like hot dogs and mac
Yeah.
and cheese.
Delicious.
I would get like sausages, but I would get like crab box mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
and I
course.
throw it in there, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, this is great. But then
I still do that.
there was one time I made mac and cheese like completely from scratch, not the pasta, but like the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then I added, I think it was like andouille sausage or something. But I remember making that, plating it, and biting into it and being like, why have I been tormenting myself?
Right.
Right,
It's so
right.
much
And not
better.
doing this on my own.
I know.
So that was going to be my question to you, Adam. I know you enjoy cooking.
Yeah.
Where did you get that enjoyment of cooking? Was it something that like your family taught, or was it just something that you like to do?
That's a good question. I feel like I liked just kind of like watching in the kitchen to see what my grandma or my mom or my grandpa or whoever, my aunt and my grandpa bake very well too. So I always would observe, but I never really got hands-on. And when I first moved out to LA, I was kind of like, I was just going to like get food at places, and I didn't really I barely had any kitchen stuff, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until I think maybe like 4 years ago, it's like 2017 or something, I got one of those like delivery services where they give you the ingredients.
yeah.
Yeah, I
And-
tried that a couple times.
And then I just
yeah.
started collecting all of the recipes. I was like, you know what? I'm going to not rely on the delivery service. I'm just going to go out and buy it and then do it like completely from scratch. And the more I practiced that, the better I got. So,
That's all I need.
and then
is
I feel like
practice.
with the cooking stuff, not that it's easy, because it can get really complicated.
Yeah.
But if you kind of have an understanding of basic stuff, you can kind of almost make
It all kind of
anything.
translates over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
once
don't-
you get a rice cooker, your life changes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that basic knowledge.
I think you
I
just
need it.
need to cook a little bit more
Yeah.
on the
That's
it.
regular, and I
That's
think
it.
that's it. Like,
And it's not even like, you don't even have to. A lot of the stuff that I make, it's like very easy. I
Yeah.
will just like get
Yeah.
some chicken breasts and
Yeah.
I'll just season them up. I'll put them in the cast iron, and I'll also
Yeah.
do like some broccoli or
Yeah.
carrots or like onions or whatever, some rice, and it's a pretty basic dish, but I like it.
it's delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's delicious. You
Yeah.
you can't beat it. I need to find a cookbook that makes sense to my brain.
Yeah.
That's the other thing
Right.
that's tricky too, because
Yeah.
I've thought about like, because I have like a Star Trek.
Should you just keep my Joshua Weissman book?
No,
Listen,
because I feel like
I should look through it and read it.
Yeah.
Because what I'm describing is like a cookbook that is going to be no use to me is where you open it and it's like, okay, so you know your way around the kitchen. I'm gonna be like, no,
No, I don't.
So
I-
throw
not
that
at
out.
all.
Like
Yeah.
I need a very
Basics.
structured like. You'll need these tools. You'll need these ingredients. These
Yeah.
are the steps. Then
Or here's like,
yeah.
for me, another thing was like, generally, what are spices or things that you should keep around?
yes.
Yeah.
Like
that
salt,
kind of,
pepper,
that
cumin,
kind of
you know,
thing.
like that kind of stuff.
So maybe I should
Yeah.
start with like kind of baby's first cookbook or like the dorm room cookbook or those kinds of, you know, like you're 20 and you're broke and you want to cookbook, that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I think what's also intimidating is knowing your cookware.
Yeah.
Like knowing
Yeah.
your pots, knowing your pans,
Yeah.
and knowing your temperature on your fire. Because that was my
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
thing too.
Yeah.
Like I would burn the shit out of everything.
Yeah.
Like every time I made chicken breast, crank that up to
Yeah.
high, put oil in it,
Yeah.
just splashing everywhere, and like it would make a giant mess.
Yeah.
But now that I've cooked a lot more, I'm just like, oh, I don't need to crank it up to 1,000. Oh, and it works better if you flatten the chicken
I was about
breast
to
out.
say, yeah,
and,
it's even like the prep work.
yeah, it's even
Yeah.
like doing all these little things that you find out through experience that like completely kind of change the
Yeah.
game and make things a little bit easier.
I need to find that. I have a Star Trek themed cocktail book.
There you go.
nice.
Start off with that.
Here's the thing. I think that like the theme cookbooks and stuff is a good way for me to go because I'm already interested in it.
Right.
Like,
Right,
you're
exactly.
you're gonna make a Star Trek, you know, a
Right.
board
Pie or something.
a board
Right.
cube drink or whatever, which is cool. But then this particular cocktail book, which I think is the only one, if you like Amazon search it, it's that one. It's kind of written where it's like you kind of know how to make cocktails already. Again,
it.
so it really throws me. They're hard, dude.
It's difficult because they expect you to know what bitters are. I don't know
Yep.
what the fuck bitters
Yep.
are.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
all these alcohols, vermouth, like simple
Yeah.
syrup, like
Yep.
all these
Yep.
little things.
You know what?
that are
Simple
ve-
syrup, not so simple.
Not very simple at all.
That's all I'm saying.
In theory, it's
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah.
I don't know how they think it's simple, but
Yeah.
I got to
So-
do a bunch of shit to make simple syrup.
I need to really practice and,
Yeah.
and find my entry level
I
for it.
think what you
Yeah.
need to do is tell your girlfriend, tell her, hey, I'm gonna cook dinner tonight. It's probably gonna be real fucked up, but
hey, encourage
hey,
me.
I'm trying, because that was my thing. So like,
Yeah.
the pandemic really turned me into the cook of the house, right?
Yeah,
So
cool.
I cook everything, and I enjoy it because I think I enjoy taking care of my cast irons, and like it's another geeky thing
It
that
is.
I'm into. Like it's so much stuff that
I
I'm
know.
Would have
into.
ever thought that seasoning a skillet would be like so.
It's so
You know
satisfying.
what? You know what
Yeah.
it might be for me is
That
I
glass.
Yeah.
I need to get into the organization of it.
Yes.
If you
do.
tell me, Hector, help like organize the kitchen, and so
Right.
you can like learn where everything is, and maybe I can like label things and do that kind of. Then I might get into like, oh, now I'm into.
Yeah.
now I can pull from here and do this and do that, and then
You know where to
make the
turn around to
recipe.
get like a bowl or a mixing
Yep.
spoon
Right.
or
Yep.
whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So that is definitely part of it, but also like just really getting used to cooking things. Now, if you throw me in the kitchen with a few ingredients, I can whip up anything. But that just took up a bunch of time to
Practice,
like
yeah.
realize, okay, this pan is good for this and this pan is good for that, and I have
Yeah.
this ingredient here.
What's your
and I
best
know what that
dish?
tastes like.
Yeah.
It's my tri-tip steak. Like
Oh,
you guys
yeah,
know that
yeah.
tri, but
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that all that's like
Grilling, that's a whole nother thing.
that's a whole nother thing because I use the smoker for that, and like I think one of my best things. What did I make recently?
My
I
mouth
just
is
figured
watering.
out how to make hummus. I made a really simple. It's just
Whoa.
you put
Chickpea?
chickpeas in a blender with lemon and garlic and a little bit of cumin, bro. You got yourself the best hummus you've ever had.
Whoa.
That's all it is, and you just blend it up.
Yeah.
You mean it
It's
doesn't come in a
No,
container with a little red thing
it's
in the middle?
actually the bean.
What?
Yes,
That's crazy.
wild, right?
Next, you're going to tell me bananas are green.
Are they any other
crunchy.
color? Are they any
Crunchy.
other color and texture? I don't know what you guys are talking about.
No, but yeah, I mean, it's
Good.
Once you kind of learn, because having the tool set is also, you know,
Important,
like I
yeah,
really want to make
yeah.
bread, but you know, like you have to have a
Right,
kitchen.
right, right.
You don't have to, but it is. There's a lot of work taken care for you if you have a KitchenAid that can help you mix the dough and all that sort of stuff.
And that stuff's expensive.
Yeah, or having the additional hook-ons if you wanted to do like pastas, your own pastas, or even like sausages. All
And what
kinds
it means
of
by
stuff.
KitchenAid, do you know the kitchen, the standing
mixer,
mixer
standing
thing.
mixer, yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
thing. That thing.
Abby's a baker. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's right.
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
But even having the ability to like blend, the
Yeah.
to make hummus basically.
Right.
It's like you have to have some of those specific tools, and sometimes you may only use those things like 3-4 times a year, but you have it like readily available.
Handy to have them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One last thing
I
about
support
it.
you in your resolution.
Hey,
Hector.
I'm gonna do
I
it.
really want you to cook something for us.
I will do that. That'd be
Cook
great.
something and we should eat it on the show.
Whoa.
It's gonna be like Dennis the Menace. Tastes like paint.
I feel like what could I cook and then transport in my
Whatever you
car?
want.
Burgers are
anything.
the easiest.
Anything.
Or basically anything. Yeah.
Anything you want.
All right.
I'm saying make like
Okay.
mac and cheese can be kind of intimidating. Make like what can you make?
Like a cereal. But like I put,
He just brings the ingredients. All right, here you go.
put,
Grab
like,
a bowl.
I'll put like little fruit in it. Like I'll make
Green bananas.
Green bananas,
Maybe
please.
green bananas. Heart, stars, and horseshoes. Clovers and green bananas.
I am partial to Cookie Crisp, so
Cookie Crisp.
this is a
Been a minute.
bowl full of cookies.
I am going to take
Think
on
of
that challenge.
something.
I'll cook you guys something.
Think of something,
I'll
and
cook you
then
guys something.
and then we'll bring it here and we'll try it.
Yeah, biggest
And then
thing
we'll taste
that
test.
I would say that like I had to get over was just the fear.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because
You know what- you
you're
know
gonna
what-
make something, you're gonna be like, it's gonna taste like
Yeah.
crap,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
who
yeah.
cares? I'll make it again the next time.
You know what else I hate about cooking is the amount of dishes you use and
Oh,
then have
well.
to wash them.
Yeah,
That was my big issue at
Yes.
first too.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah. When you start, you overuse.
You start, you
Yeah.
overuse, and you don't know how to clean while you work.
And
that
I
was my big
and,
issue.
And I'm really concerned with cleaning while I
Yeah.
work to the point where I'm like, I feel like it's going to be a detriment to my cooking.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be over here
Too focused.
like cleaning, and then it's like, oh, that thing's on fire. Like, like
Here's one thing
Yeah.
that helps a lot, and Adam knows this:
Yeah.
the mise en place, having
Yeah.
everything ready before you go.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that so you
Yeah.
have your little bowls with everything ready so that you're not making a giant mess and pulling out new pots and
Right.
pans and stuff
Yeah.
like
Just
that
like a
as you're
cooking
going.
show, just like
Yeah.
it's all
Just
laid out.
like that,
Yep,
because then you're and then it's also you're less
Yes.
flustered as
Yeah.
you're doing the things because everything's organized and
Yes.
in its place, and you're like, cool, I already have this measured out, just dump it in.
I
got
love
this,
that.
just
Yeah.
put it in.
I
You should
literally
be done.
bought bowls that are stacked from like biggest to smallest, and I just grab a few of those, and I'm like, cool. I just prep everything, put it in there, and then when I'm cooking, I just stack them in the sink, and I don't have
that.
to worry about it till later.
That's going to
I like
help
that.
you with your
Yeah.
cleaning as you go.
I
thing.
like that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
I'm excited for you.
I'm excited too. You say that now, but you won't be so excited.
Make sure we have extra toilet paper around.
I have my special diarrhea pie. Is it made of diarrhea, or will it give you diarrhea,
You're
or
just going to
both?
put X-Lax in a mug and
Yeah.
just be like,
No.
Speaking of
Harry,
X-Lax,
old
is there
buddy,
more?
old pal. We have another bottle.
We already finished
we
one
finished
bottle?
that bottle,
Wow.
yeah.
Jeez.
I can go get another bottle.
No, it's yeah. Go get another bottle. Okay,
I'll be right
Yeah,
back.
Definitely go get another.
You
bottle.
guys talk amongst yourselves.
Okay,
Thank you.
give us a topic.
Who is I don't know.
Okay, great.
Do we have any questions to answer from the viewers? Adam?
There was one person who wanted to actually know about your setup
right.
in your garage.
Oh,
It was
right.
Taco Masia. Yo, Hector, my dude, where'd you get the sweet display shelves, and how can a mere mortar like myself obtain one? I'm trying to upgrade my current shelving situation, and you got some mighty fine ones, my friend. Mm-hmm. So that's one part of the question.
Okay, what's the other part of the question?
Question for everybody: what items have you collected that are priceless or hold sentimental value that you would never sell or give away? Thanks for the content, guys. You all are the best.
You would sell or give that away?
They're readily available.
Yeah.
You want to adopt my son? $300.
That's very nice. That's really, really great. Taco Masia.
Yeah.
Very nice. For the bookshelf question,
Yeah.
it's a two-parter. First part is the shelf itself, which I can get into. The second part is like what you have on the shelf.
Right.
And I think that it is cool and therapeutic to have an organized bookshelf. I know that that's not how everybody works and operates, but I feel like once you decide, hey, I like this type of book, or I like this type of thing, or collectible, or whatever, don't go overboard. Don't do it all at once, but like start going there
Sections.
and sections, and start looking at how because like for example with like normal like novels and stuff, I don't like this style, but I understand why people do.
Color coordinated.
Yeah,
I don't
like it, but but once I see it, I'm like, I cannot deny
it looks
that.
awesome.
That looks beautiful.
Yeah,
but it just like it like drives
my
me
alphabetical alphanumeric brain is like,
Yeah.
I can't compute this.
Yes. So so the second part of it is to like decide what kind of thing you want to do, and even that takes, of course, everything is going to cost money,
Right.
but like even if you're like, oh, I like these types of comic books, for example, I'm running into this all the time. Even a comic book that I love from something like Marvel, which is real frustration, from only 10 years ago. I say only, that's a long time ago, but 10 years ago in the grand scheme of all of Marvel is not that long ago.
Right.
Out of print. And when I go to look up, can I get that specific comic that I'm looking for? It's wildly expensive, and
That's crazy.
And it's crazy, and it's frustrating. And there are things you can do to not have to like you just have to make concessions with yourself. You just have to
Right.
be like, I'm going to do this. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to do this. But let me tell you, sometimes if you can afford it, and you do find the one thing, you're sort of unicorn or white whale, Gone in 60 Seconds, like
Yeah.
the one that got away that you're looking for, and you get it.
Yeah.
If you can get it, get it. The internet's an amazing thing where you
I
can.
mean, I just imported a 4K 3D Blu-ray from France for Dune.
Yeah. It's super cool. It's Marie Kondo. If it brings you joy, keep it.
That's right.
And if you like it, then do it. So, but what I'm trying to say is, don't feel pressure that you have to spend a ton of money to have a whole thing. You don't.
Yeah.
You can specialize, but if you do find something in your collection that you're like, oh man, but this is the one I love the most, then go ahead and get it. And I think that's okay.
It's only 3 glasses?
Yeah.
Dang.
Hey, these mugs are awesome.
They are hella deep.
Wow.
That's it, y'all.
You can pull a rabbit out of it. And then the first part of the question is the shelves that I have in my garage were custom built.
Yeah.
And I am
That's pricey.
that whole thing, it's my favorite room in my house. You
Yeah.
guys know this.
Oh, yeah.
I love just going in there and looking at them.
Every time we go over
shelves.
there, we make a pit stop in the garage
Oh, yeah,
to
that's
see
the
what
first
new
thing we
things.
do.
I
That's the first thing
love
we do.
those shelves, and they were expensive, and it's an investment. But it was something that because originally there was just IKEA, put them together
Yeah.
shelving in there in this garage.
And it's never enough.
From the people who lived there before. And I went in there and I saw that and I was like, perfect. I'm put my comics in there. I'm good to go. It was Abby. She was like, look, I want this to look nice. Can we not? Can we try to look at,
Spruce it up a little.
So we found a guy who made the custom shelves, and it's so cool because the garage is a little bit on a slant. So that was factored into it to make it all level. Like that level of craftsmanship. It's amazing. It's beautiful.
yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
cool. But you don't have to do that. There's a bunch of cool modular furniture and shelves that exist now.
Yeah.
In fact, me and my girlfriend were looking at some the other day that she wants to get some. There's these cool almost like antler type. They almost look like Tron or what's the like a motherboard design almost. And they're sort of they're like shelving things. It's kind of like Jehovah's Witnesses, bro. Jehovah's Witnesses.
Are these like some Doctor Strange shelves?
So these are some, you got to finger tut it, and these shelves look like this.
And they interlock.
And then it's just the one sort of design, but then you can put them on your wall in different ways, configurations, and looks really cool. Those things are cool too. So it's all, everything in your life is a work in progress.
Yeah.
Nothing is a final thing. Even something that you're like, there's the collection. It's complete. There's my shelf.
No.
You'll one day wake up and decide, I don't like that as much, and sell them all.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. Everything is okay.
I'm running into that now because I will get so many Blu-rays sent to me.
Yeah.
And the shelf that I bought, it was advertised as like 500 to 600, but it doesn't take into consideration that DVDs are, taller than Blu-rays. So
box sets and
so I already am 100% out of space. So I'm like, do I buy a second one, or do I actually consider having something custom built for me that is maybe a little bit more modular, or it just has way more room?
Or do you want to? Have you thought about going in and
no?
Are there some of these I want to give away or trade up? Do you do the thing that I do for space? Do you look at Blu-ray specifically to be like, I buy Blu-rays knowing that it's the thinnest version of the Blu-ray sometimes?
Have you seen my Blu-ray collection?
Yeah. What I'm saying is, like, I know that I
have Game of Thrones, and it's literally like a giant box.
You know what's frustrating too is that as soon as the 4K started to come out, I remember when DVD and Blu-ray was like, this is what it is,
and it's gonna be like that.
The first 3 Matrix movies are in a Blu-ray set, and it's all one slim pack.
Yeah.
But as soon as 4K came out, they're like The Matrix, and it's like this thick for the 3 movies.
Yeah.
Like 4K thinks it's so fancy to be like the Daniel Craig collection, and it's this thick, and you're like, bro, you could fit this in one thing. What are you doing?
You don't need all that extra paper and plastic.
A disc is a disc.
Yeah.
Why did 4K?
It's like one of the thinnest things in the world.
You know, we separate your discs because 4K knows that no 4K disc can touch a 4K disc.
Can't cross the discs.
So anyway,
and I mean, like, there are certain collections. Well, especially now because they're upgrading a lot of stuff to 4K. You know, like I own the Matrix trilogy in a box set. But I can't get rid of it because all the special features on it are not in the 4K version. So I'm like, all right, I guess I got to keep both. The same thing with Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings has all those like appendices and stuff, and the 4K remasters don't have any of that. And I'm like, I don't want to miss out and not own that. And I'm not going to get rid of an incomplete set and just keep the bonus disc. Like that's not fair to whoever I offload it to.
Let me bring this up too. Let's talk about Blu-ray storage for a second.
Yeah.
Have you ever considered a drawer? Because I got them in my living room and I love them. I swear by them. I swear by them. Just for storage, just for space alone.
Yeah.
It is up against the wall. You know, you pull it out and then I can flip through stuff. I can't display them, but it's like I have 3 basically like, you know, pretty good sized shelves in one thing. It's almost like a beehive. Like I'm a beekeeper that goes over there and, you know. Have you ever considered that?
No.
Maybe putting DVDs in there, like the special feature.
Yeah.
You know, the older versions, those are all in my... People come over, they're like, where's your underwear, dude? And you're like, no,
this baby.
No, bro.
And then you can display the 4Ks and
I think,
stuff.
I think there's a certain quality to... Like, even though it looks kind of messy, it's always impressive to walk into somebody's collection and just be like...
the time.
Just like your collection of comic books and stuff, right?
Yeah,
like, you walk in and you're just like, holy crap, this is impressive.
Yeah.
Is that something you factor in, Adam? Do you like kind of displaying everything? Or?
I love displaying that collection.
Exactly.
I always judge people based on their DVDs and Blu-rays.
Yeah.
That is my entire collection.
Hey, what did I say earlier? It's good.
It's small.
But it's good.
It's
tiny.
tiny.
Not about the size.
It's not about the size. It's the motion of the ocean, baby.
Cheers. Adam, I know you better cheers this. Don't act like you're not in the same boat. It's not about the size.
It's tiny. I don't even want to show it on camera.
Hey,
it's just so tiny.
It's quality, okay?
It's quality.
It gets the job done.
I appreciate it.
I could spend hours with that.
You could.
It's small, but I could spend hours with it.
Easy satisfaction.
Yeah, really good set.
Oh, well, you know, I do what I can.
You know.
Really nice balls.
I work with what I work with what I got.
Yeah, exactly.
I shave them.
You don't need a lot.
Powder,
caress them,
take care of them.
get them checked out once a year.
They're ready to go.
Make sure they're okay.
They're ready to go.
Wrinkly and healthy, though. They look healthy.
The more wrinkles, the better. That's what they say, right?
It's like a brain. It's smart. That's right.
Oh,
I don't want a smooth brain. That's dumb.
Oh Lord.
So
I can't wait. I can't wait for our first sponsor.
Yep.
It's going to tie into perfectly in all this conversation.
I'll recall all of this.
Yeah.
Adam, can you read the second part of that question again now that Augustine has come back?
What items have you collected that are priceless and or hold sentimental value that you would never sell or give away?
Yeah.
He was already trying to pawn off my Grogu.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Mm-hmm. I mean, have we talked about mine already? Like, we haven't really talked about it. That green book right there.
Oh, 100%. We haven't talked about it. Yeah, that's a...
You want to grab it, Adam?
That is
green book? Where?
That is a collector's...
green book right
item.
there.
You don't know what that is? Bro.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay,
yeah. Show it off. Show and tell.
This is a very special edition of The Hobbit. Mm-hmm. You know about this book.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. The fans don't, though. This is an 11th edition version of The Hobbit. This is a very special adventure I went on to get this book. And it's signed by Mr. Peter Jackson himself. It's just a... you're not going to be able to see this on camera, are you?
Maybe.
You might have to do a punch-in on a... Might
have to do a punch-in. But I got it signed by Peter Jackson in September of 2014. Whoa. That's a long time ago.
We're coming up on 10 years.
September of 2014.
We've been doing this for a long time, haven't we?
Very long time. I won an all-expenses-paid trip to New Zealand for the Travel Channel. It was insane. I posted about it on my Instagram. You've probably seen it or whatever. But this book, if you saw the episode, this is the book that I actually got and cried over after Peter signed it.
Crazy.
This is my most priceless possession.
Oh, 100%.
At this point.
Yeah.
I have a lot of stuff, but this is like...
This is like
my special.
This is like if the house is on fire, you grab
That's the
that,
only thing you grab.
and then the dogs,
And then
and then
Cynthia. Jesus. I hope she's
wife.
sleeping.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
you and Cynthia grab that. You and Cynthia grab the dogs, and then that. And that's basically it.
She grabs the dogs, you grab that, and like, let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, we've talked about it. We're like,
Yeah.
if anything happens,
Yeah.
you gotta grab this.
He has
Yeah.
homeowners insurance just for the book.
I wish.
Don't
wish,
drop that
but
shit,
yeah.
man. Don't drop that yellow.
I didn't even breathe.
I got that.
I held my breath.
He's got that yellow cake, son.
Oh,
Don't
man.
drop that shit.
Something that we didn't talk about that we talked about on the Q&A version of the Q&A episode is we were talking a lot about Patreon.
Yeah.
We're doing obviously a lot of stuff, and now we've gotten into the habit, or I got into the habit, that when I like display or put like in the video what all the stuff that we've done, I feel like people realize, oh, you've actually done quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah, we've done a lot of stuff.
We've done every single Marvel show,
Yep.
every Star Wars show, I think, except for Mandalorian season 1 because we started this channel after that.
Oh, okay.
We
you're right.
On Disney Plus.
yeah, on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
We've done some DC stuff,
Yeah.
and a lot of people have been asking about stuff like Arcane,
Yeah.
which we're gonna do. We're gonna eventually get back into Superman and Lois. A lot of people were asking about that. The big thing with Superman and Lois is because it plays on the CW website.
Yeah.
It is like the most frustrating experience trying to watch that show because there's ads, and the ads like play differently for every person. So we just like, it wasn't a fun experience watching the show on the website. Like the show's great, but we're like, we're just gonna wait until the episodes drop on HBO Max.
And it's
then
and
we'll
it's
So we
watch
don't
it
have
together.
that awkward commercial period.
Yeah.
yeah, and
It's
I think
weird.
that is even easier for people at home,
Our viewers, yeah.
to watch it.
Yeah.
Because it's just
yeah.
running through all the way from
Yeah.
start to finish.
Because
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
frustrating. Like even doing it an edit for YouTube
Yes.
at first was
Even doing
frustrating.
the uncut edit was
uncut
a
was
pain in the
even
ass.
worse.
Yeah.
That was the worst version of it.
Yeah, because we would like go to commercials, so I would have to like clip out wherever commercials would end for
Yeah.
certain
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
and then the show had its own commercials, and it
Yeah.
was just like, I don't want to do this anymore.
It's a pain in the butt.
Yeah,
But
but
the
okay.
show's good.
It'll
People
be
keep
it-
asking
awesome,
for it.
The
yeah.
cool
Show's
thing
great.
is it will be worth the wait.
Oh,
Like,
totally.
It's not like Titans, where we talked about doing
Yeah,
Titans,
yeah.
Yeah.
and it was like, nah, I don't think I want to do that.
Yeah.
But Superman and Lois, I'm like, that's going to be good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Ready
For
to
sure.
jump back into that one.
yeah.
Yeah.
We also crossed 1,400 patrons, which is super, super amazing. Thanks to all that support, we've been able to have some editors come in to help us do a lot of these cut down reactions, which means that frees up our time to work on other stuff. We've got some projects that we want to pilot this year that we like want to start working on the creative for, that we're super excited
And
about.
if you join the Patreon, you're gonna get first access to all the creative stuff that
Exactly.
we're doing there.
That's what I'm
Exactly.
talking about.
That is the test audience. If you want to see stuff that we're gonna do, because we do all of this stuff, but we want to do
Yeah.
more. And yeah, if you join the Patreon, you're most likely going to get first access to all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah,
And give us
for
your
sure.
feedback.
For sure.
If you love it, you love it. If you don't, let us know so we can make it better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm excited
yeah.
about? We're going to watch that old X-Men cartoon.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't know when the last time you guys saw it was.
When I was a kid.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Look, I remember even as a kid
Yeah.
when they went into the Savage Land stuff,
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm lost.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on
Here's
here.
the other thing. Here's the other thing. Because I've seen people talking about it online the past
Yeah.
year or two. Because since they put it on Disney Plus, it's
Right.
in the wrong order
Yeah.
on Disney Plus. But people have looked up the
Every
correct order.
every animated series is always in the wrong order on every platform.
We're gonna watch it in the right order.
Okay.
And when you watch it in the right order, people have been saying like, "Oh, I'm not just watching this randomly as a kid in some funky order. Like
Yeah.
to actually see a full storyline go through 5 episodes or whatever." That it's really impressive. I like the show now more than I did when I was a kid because I have adult brain and I'm like, the writing's really good. The animation,
Animation
rough.
is very rough. Very, very rough.
but a lot of the voices are great still.
okay. Okay.
So
and it's
gonna
going to
be-
lead into the reaction for the
Yeah.
new X-Men show.
For sure,
So-
X-Men
for sure.
97.
So I'm,
Yeah.
and rewatching it because I was just rewatching only the first season, actually the first 2 seasons with my girlfriend last year, And then I stopped and I was like, I want to watch this show with you guys. And then with Abby. And then I'll watch it with her afterwards. But I was like, let's monetize this, baby. But watching it with her, like it also started to get me more and more excited at the prospect of, oh, they're going to do this in the movies.
Yeah.
Or not this, but
Right.
they're going to use like these characters. Oh, they're coming. Like we're going to get the X-Men and
Right.
Charles Xavier and Magneto and Storm and all these characters. And it's going to be really, really fun and
Yeah.
exciting. But
Yeah.
we probably should like be cracking some beers while we
Hey, I'm not opposed to that. I'm drunk as fuck right now off this apple.
I already finished mine.
Yeah, I'm done too, but it's all right.
But that's the exciting thing about the Patreon. You know, we've had people ask about it and all this stuff, and it's like for us, it helps us to be able to like bring more people in. So the stuff that takes up so much, like editing reaction videos, unless it's a trailer, it is a very lengthy process. Like every video can take upwards of like 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah.
So if we're doing multiple reactions a week,
Right.
impossible.
that's like 20, 30 hours a week that I'm just sitting there cutting stuff.
Yeah.
But then it's like we're not working on anything else.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's going to be amazing to free up some time and for us to like do some other things that we're passionate about. Like we love travel, we love movies, you know, we love just being outdoors, period. And because we haven't been outdoors in like 2 years, it'd be nice to just get out and do something.
Yeah, we got some
Do
stuff in the
things.
works.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm going to borrow something you do all the time. If you're not on the Patreon yet, come here.
Get in here.
Come here.
Get in.
Come here.
What are you
come
doing?
here.
Come
If
here.
you're not on
Come
the Patreon,
Come here.
do us a favor. Check it out because it has
Just look
it's
at it,
literally
at the very least.
improves the quality of life of Adam. That's what we're talking about here.
Literally.
Those are
Yeah,
the stakes. It improves his quality of life.
Bring it over
And-
this way. Bring it over this
Yeah,
way.
over here.
If you're not on the Patreon, what are you doing?
That's what I'm talking about.
Adam needs more time to do things.
No.
And you're helping us have Adam do more things.
He hasn't taken a shower
come
in
on.
8 weeks.
He hasn't showered.
He did for tonight because we hired editors.
And we put a candle out there just to just to make sure.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
to cover the stink. It's bad. It's bad, you guys. Adam needs a life.
You know.
You can
Anyway,
No, but
Thank you.
we're super
he
appreciative for
smells
all the
great.
support,
He smells great.
all the support and help. And yeah, you know, when we first started doing this, we didn't think we were going to do TV show reactions because you know it's always such like daunting task to commit to a 23 episode season and stuff, and we're like,
Right.
I don't know. But thankfully, because of the streaming stuff, and it's a little bit more like concise, that we can actually like realistically do it. So
Yeah.
it's been really fun. I've had a lot of fun reacting to all the Marvel shows. Like the fact that all of that exists on camera.
it's kind of fun to go
pretty
back
fun.
and- yeah, for sure.
Because I've been going back because you know we just had the 1 year anniversary of WandaVision.
Yeah.
Wow.
And because we go through so many shows, I don't realize like just how much the volume of stuff we've done in the last year.
Yeah.
So I went back and I started watching those old episodes, and
Yeah.
even just in a year, just like how our setup looks, you know, has changed.
Yep.
And it's just so fun to watch that stuff. And I'm like, man, we really thought these things were going to happen, or this was going to mean this, or even you know, like the reaction to Quicksilver showing up, and it ends up being a different character. But we're like, this is probably them like testing the waters with the concept of multiverse stuff. And
Yes.
it's really fun to go back and watch that stuff.
I like it when fans or people who watch the show go back and point out that we were right in predicting stuff.
Yeah.
That's the
fun.
best. I'm just
Yeah.
like, yeah,
That feels good.
We know what we're talking about a little bit. Not to toot our own horns, but toot toot, motherfucker. We got it. You're here. You're listening to the future.
It's also nice when people have said, and they've tagged us in this too, where they're like, I've also gone back and watched your guys' reactions to WandaVision
Yeah.
or, you know, or Mandalorian season 2 or whatever it is, because it's like comforting and like fun and when you know
There's like
the
an
whole,
innocence to it.
when you know the whole story, not just
Yeah.
watching it week to week along with people like us on YouTube that are watching it, but like when the whole season has come out and it's a
Yeah.
year later to go back and
It's like,
watch
oh,
us-
these babies
Yeah.
don't know what they're in for.
Yeah.
yeah.
They do not know what they're
Yeah.
in for.
God.
Yeah. I get it.
Do you guys have any particular movie that you're really looking forward to? Or it could be a series too. Is there any
Movie or series
one or two
this
things
year?
that like you're really excited for?
I'm excited. You know, I'm excited for She-Hulk. Boom.
Yeah.
She-Hulk. She's one of my favorite characters. I'm also excited because of the rumors of like the Hulk focus. You know, Banner's going to be in it as well. Abomination's going to be in it. Are we going to see Red Hulk? Are we going to see like
World
that?
War Hulk.
That kind of
That's
thing of like
my-
what they could do for that.
Yeah.
And also speaking of the X-Men, like are we ever going to have Hulk versus Wolverine? That's so good. And how can Marvel Studios deny that?
Yeah.
right? Like not Hugh Jackman or maybe Hugh Jack, like whatever, but just some version of that, some iteration of
What
that.
an intro
Yes,
to Wolverine.
to a new Wolverine.
Like having the first time we see Wolverine squaring up against the Hulk.
yeah.
Like that would be nuts.
I am excited.
Nuts.
I'm excited about Miss Marvel. I'm really
Yeah.
curious and interested in
Yeah.
how that shapes out, and I'm also really excited about Wakanda Forever because Ryan Coogler
Yeah.
made the best Rocky movie. Ryan Coogler made,
I was just listening to Ludwig Göransson's score
dear
yesterday.
God, made debatably the best MCU movie with the first
Yeah.
Black Panther. Like that is an incredibly stacked cast and crew of really talented people, and they have an unbelievable challenge. And
Right.
I cannot wait to see what that first trailer is even going to be
Yeah.
like.
Yeah,
Do you know
that's
what I
gonna be
mean? Like
wild.
Like and it's in November, so it's so far
Yeah.
out that I think
Yeah.
that we're going to be obviously focused on a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
And then whenever that first trailer comes out, whenever that hype starts to build up, like I don't know how. I'm not trying to be cynical, but like, how can that studio sort of promote the? Is it going to be focused on a celebration of Chadwick? Is like those kinds of questions.
Yeah.
I think fans are maybe we're not thinking about it yet because it hasn't started, but
Right.
maybe we are. But so much stuff is kind of up in the air with like what the story's going to be, and and then again, when you get to the Marvel of it, the rumors of like Namor is going to be in it,
Right.
or Namor is going to be in it, Doctor Doom's going to be in it. Like these kinds of rumors are incredibly exciting, and it's also so tragic that like Chadwick isn't playing
In it.
T'Challa anymore,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I am still very, very hopeful about the future of those characters in Wakanda and the rest of the MCU. And, I mean, yeah, that's one I'm super excited about. What about you guys? The Batman? Matt
Yeah.
Reeves?
I think that's one of my most anticipated too.
Yeah. The Batman for me for sure. I feel like the more I see from, I'm mostly just kind of sticking to like images.
Yeah.
I know that they've started to slowly release like clips from the film.
Right.
I'm really trying to avoid watching that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we're so close to seeing it. Like I really truly feel like we're like 3 weeks away from us potentially seeing it. So I don't want to ruin it for myself. I want to see as little as possible. But every once in a while I'm like, ooh, new pictures from the magazine? What is it? And it looks really, really good. So that's like really far up there on the list for me. I am excited about Halloween Ends, mostly just because it is supposed to be like the conclusion of that story. So I'm excited to see how that wraps up. What was the other thing? There was like one other thing that I was really, really looking forward to. Can't remember right now. It's like escaping me. It's probably something Marvel related, but I don't remember right now.
Well, we got Moon Knight. We got Doctor
Yeah.
Strange.
Yeah.
We got is Thor: Love and Thunder? Or is that
Yeah,
till
it's
next
this year.
That is
It's in
right.
July.
Dang.
It took Black Panther's release because how they
Yeah,
pushed everything
they had
back
to
one
shift
movie.
everything,
Yeah.
So okay, yeah.
Wow.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
That's gonna be.
But I would say Batman is definitely like
Yeah.
way up there for
Yeah,
me.
that's got a lot of hype behind it for me too. It feels like as much as we say that Batman's oversaturated
Yeah.
because he is like the most prolific,
Yes.
on-screen
I mean,
superhero.
I think he's been the most rebooted character.
Yeah.
So
It's
far.
crazy to see
Could be
how
wrong.
excited I could be for another Batman movie.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think I could be.
Why are you excited about it? I mean, I'm excited too, but how come?
There's a
this-
certain visceralness to the way that this movie is shot, like, and it's mainly just like a cinematic thing because Batman is and superheroes in general are such a visual medium that Marvel's done a good job of like getting these points across, like bringing the comic book to life. But I feel like there's a certain energy that I'm seeing with like these shots in the trailer and like the way the universe is built and the colors and just everything feels like it's working really well.
Yeah.
And I feel like, and granted, having not watched the movie, that it's straddling that line between the comic book and bringing it into like a real practical, like how would Batman survive as a practical real person? It feels that way. And it's just exciting to see somebody else's take on something that we've seen so many times.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah,
And that's all of that put together. I'm just
Yeah.
like, give me that Batman.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I think in addition to that, because those are the same reasons I'm excited. And I think it's really easy to think like, well, didn't Christopher Nolan do that?
Yeah.
Yes, he did. But now when I go back and I watch those movies, I still love those movies. They're very much like a Christopher Nolan Batman
Yes,
movie.
exactly.
Totally.
The look of it, the feel of it, the realism of
right.
it, even the way Christopher Nolan shoots action, like it
Yeah.
really feels like Matt Reeves is trying to make it feel as realistic as it could be, but also is not afraid to make it look like a comic book movie. Whereas Chris Nolan, I think, was trying to make it look and feel realistic.
Yeah.
Matt Reeves is also doing that, but he's also not afraid to lean in and be like, let's make Gotham look really gothic. It doesn't have to be Chicago. We're going to take, you know, Glasgow and New York and Chicago, like all these cities, and kind of mash them together and create our own Gotham City. It reminds me of like what Nolan did, a little bit of Tim Burton, you know, even a little bit of like what Zack Snyder did. And it's trying to find like the best pieces of all of that and make a new Batman movie. So that's what excites me.
I am really interested to. It's going to be it's a different experience when like they put out the running time.
Right.
And everybody everybody on Twitter is like dogging on it, like no movie needs to be 3 hours. Sure, there's I get that. However,
I don't care about the runtime. Honestly.
If you told me that there is a version of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes that's like a half hour longer or 40 minutes. How long is the running time of
They're
Dawn?
Like 240.
It's already 240.
I think so. I could be wrong.
Dawn or War, one of those.
One of them, yeah.
However long they are, they feel like they're too short for me.
Yeah.
Because I get so sucked into those two Apes movies. And I like Rise of the Planet of the Apes as well, the first one, but the two that Reeves did specifically. And what I was thinking about as you were talking about Christopher Nolan is that the best thing about those Batman movies is that he really did focus on Bruce Wayne as opposed to the previous Batman cinematic films, which were like, look at all the villains and look at the kind of camp and look at the gothic style and look at the Tim Burton style and then look at the Joel Schumacher style and it's style and then the movie's over.
Yeah.
And I think that Christopher Nolan was like, what if we spent time with Bruce Wayne and people got to like Bruce Wayne, Christian Bale. They got to care about him. Now, the Batman we had after that in live action was Ben Affleck. I don't think got that it wasn't the point of that character.
Right.
Is to spend time with him and to like him. I think people were bringing their own sort of their whatever their understanding of the character to the film, and I think that Matt Reeves saying I'm going to do a 3-hour story where Bruce Wayne is the center, played by a phenomenal actor, and sure Catwoman's in this and Riddler and Penguin, but like imagine spending 3 hours with a Bruce Wayne who is in this comic book world and what kinds of stuff Matt Reeves could be pulling from the comics to put into this movie. And as soon as that movie ends, I'm probably going to be like, give me another 3 hours right now. Like, let's go.
Exactly.
Because the way he made us feel for Caesar.
Oh, my God.
The CG ape played by Andy Serkis and animated by all those amazing animators. He gets to do that, but with Batman, who's we already are on board. He's already a compelling character. We had to kind of be convinced for a whole movie, that first movie, to be like, we're going to convince you to care about Caesar, who's a CG little animated monkey. We're going to convince you to care about him. By the end, you will. But then 2 and 3, you're like,
I'm in.
I'm like ride or die for Caesar. Like you're so, like I'll die for this shit, dude. I'll care.
I'll take a bullet.
Caesar likes his bananas green and crunchy.
He does, dude. He does. He likes
really
because
does.
he was able to demonstrate
This will happen to your neck.
alone. Weak apes together, bananas together, bananas together.
not so weak.
White Cookie Rocket. Those movies are awesome. So very, 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 very excited about
When's
that.
Lord of the Rings coming out?
September
2nd, I think.
The show.
Okay,
September.
well, that's also my other favorite.
Yeah.
My other thing that I'm looking forward to. There's so much hype behind it. The most expensive show ever made.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do.
It's got to be better than Game of Thrones, right? I mean,
I'm really hoping it's not that situation.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who are very cautiously optimistic about this show, and it's just like, I get it, I understand. It's just a waiting game. Like I'm anxiously awaiting that first trailer.
Yeah.
Anxiously awaiting to see
such
what
an
we
interesting thing because that universe is so rich.
Yeah.
And all that has been told in that story is the Lord of the Rings story and the Hobbit.
Yeah.
And the Silmarillion has background information. There's stories there, but like did he tell them? Did he touch on them? Like how?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of. It works itself like a series of events, basically.
Right.
It's just like in this age, this happened, and because of this thing happened.
It sounds like the
and then,
Bible, dude.
It is the Bible. It literally is just the Bible. There's enough context for you to understand the magnitude of things and why they're happening and all that stuff, right? But as far as like forming emotional connections and really feeling what the characters are feeling, it's not really that. It's just like Morgoth was doing this, so Celebrimbor had to come and do all this stuff. Celebrimbor is actually a real name, guys. That's actually a real. He's the elf.
Sounds like a dish you made last month.
It's the legendary matchup in the Second Age is Celebrimbor and Morgoth, who is the ruler before Sauron. So like Sauron was the servant of Morgoth, and Celebrimbor.
So this is like a Hordak Skeletor situation.
Yes, exactly. Bingo.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
so
Tight.
it's kind of like that, and that's I have a feeling that that's what the show is going to center around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see, because as far as we know, there's not a lot of information on,
Yes,
like what's Celebrimbor's favorite banana? Does he eat his bananas green and crunchy? Who knows? Are we going to figure it out? Let's hope we do.
Did we just create a new inside joke for the three of us?
Yeah.
We're going to be watching some show or movie.
Strong, and it's just green banana.
We're going to be watching some movie or show, and somebody says the word banana, or there's a banana on screen, and we're going to crack up.
Yeah.
People
Better be green.
What's wrong with these people?
Oh my God. Good Lord.
All right, y'all. Let's wrap it up.
Let's do it.
Do we have any more questions, or are we good to go?
That was it.
That was it.
All right.
That was it.
All right.
Well, I'm glad. I'm like excited about the new year.
Yeah.
But with like everything that like continues to go on, even though cases are lower, I'm like, I can't wait to just like go out and do more stuff.
Yeah,
but
I agree. I can't wait to try Hector's food.
I know. I'm also wondering if like there's going to be a Comic-Con this year, because I want to be like, maybe hopefully this summer we'll be able to do something and like do something with people. But
I think it's going to happen regardless.
You think so? I have nobody talked about that little Comic-Con that happened in November.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. But in the meantime, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Check out the Patreon. Get yourself a brand new mug. And we will be back in just a few short weeks with another episode. Until then, check out our reactions. Subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Eat your green bananas.